Hey, we're reading the Chofetz Chaim on proper speech, day 58. Avoiding flattery. Even when it is permissible to speak negatively for a constructive purpose, one must avoid insincere flattery. It is forbidden to be critical of somebody when he is not present, yet demonstrate approval of his behavior in his presence. If the concern is that the person's feelings not be hurt, then the solution is to express respect and concern for him as a person, but clear disapproval of his behavior. If one is certain that reproof will be ignored and is therefore prepared to publicize the person's behavior as an attempt to induce him to change his ways, one must nevertheless approach the sinner first, so as to not be suspected of insincerity. In the above case, where it is clear that the person will not be moved by rebuke, one can remove the need for this first step, first speaking to him by dispelling any possible suspicion concerning one's own sincerity. For example, if one speaks against the perpetrator in public in the presence of three, rather than speaking to individual members of the community in private, it becomes clear to all that the speaker could not be attempted to gain favor with the perpetrator by showing acceptance of his behavior. Similarly, if the speaker is known to be zealous and outspoken and would not be suspected of flattery, he could resort to private discussion. Also, if it is clear to all that the perpetrator is a difficult personality and publicly criticizes his behavior could be dangerous, then one may speak against him in private without fear of personal suspicion. A proper outlook. Anyone who sincerely strives to emulate Aaron HaKodesh, who loves and pursued peace, must refrain from speaking Loshon Hara, from accepting as truth the Loshon Hara related to him by others. To accept gossip as truth is to be led along the path of sinas chinam, baseless hatred. Quarreling and strife. When a person is told that so-and-so has spoken or acted negatively towards him, and he accepts this report as fact, he will inevitably quarrel with that person. In the end, the two will become bitter enemies, to the point that each will seek the downfall of the other, and will rejoice over the other's misfortune. Now would the listener react in the way dictated by Torah, all this would not occur. For upon hearing the report, he would think to himself that perhaps the information is entirely false, or at least laced with falsehood, in a way that totally alters the true nature of what had occurred. Or perhaps the speaker had omitted certain key details which they would be mentioned, would have cast the matter into an entirely different light. As we all know, even a change of nuance can alter a word portrayed drastically. Would the listener follow the way of Torah, he would seek some sort of merit for the alleged perpetrator, and perhaps whatever had been done was committed without intent to harm. Any and all of the above possibilities would preclude ill feeling and ensure that the strife would not come between two parties. Thanks, and we'll continue tomorrow.